Hello and welcome to the Baking Mad Kitchen. I'm going to just show you how to marzipan a rich fruit cake for a birthday or a wedding or a special celebration. So I've baked an 8-inch round rich fruit cake and it's nicely matured. I've been spiking it with a little bit of brandy, and I find it best actually to turn your cake upside down before you marzipan it. And then you need to spread it with a little bit of warmed sieved apricot jam. That acts as a glue, but also will help to keep the cake if you use apricot jam. If you've got any little holes in your cake, you can actually patch those first with a little bit of marzipan. So if your cake's very uneven, that's a really good idea to do that. Spread it roughly around, and then you don't want a thick layer, you just want enough to act as a glue. Now you just need 1 pack of silver spoon finest marzipan. And the trick when you're marzipaning and icing is not to let it dry out, keep it covered. This is lovely and moist, delicious tasting marzipan. Give that a quick knead. Don't over knead marzipan because you'll make it oily. And actually what I'm going to do first is get some little strips of marzipan to pack around the edge of your cake. That way you're going to get a nice smooth edge around the bottom of your cake. So just pack that in, and if you need a little bit more, just keep going. So I'm just going to knead that into a nice ball, and a little bit of icing sugar on the surface, not too much. And to measure your cake, I mean, you either use a piece of string, but an 8-inch cake is about the size of that rolling pin. So that's the size we need to aim for. So I'm just going to roll that out. And make sure you keep it moving and turn it all the time so you get that nice round shape. And by turning it all the time too, you're making sure it's not stuck on the work surface. So that's about the right diameter. So flip it over your rolling pin. And I'll just move the cake in a bit. And if you can get one edge on to the bottom of the cake and then drape it over. And it's a good idea if the marzipan is just a little bit bigger than the cake, because then you've got plenty of room to ease out those pleats. Because what you don't want is any folds. So you're basically using the palm of your hand to lift and press it into the side of the cake without giving you any pleats. And you might get the odd crack around the top, so just use the palm of your hand to press that back together. So once that's covered, then take your knife, run it all the way around and trim off the excess. And all that extra, don't throw it away. You can roll that up and use it to stuff into dates. You can make little marzipan fruits with it. You can put it on top of some puff pastry with apple and bake it like a little tart. So there's no need for that to waste. And I'll just cover it in cling film and it will keep a little bit longer too. Now for a really professional finish, cake decorators use something called a smoother, which you rub around the edge of your cake to get a lovely flat surface, and it kind of gets rid of all your fingerprints. And you can keep polishing that until you get it absolutely perfectly. So that's how to marzipan your fruit cake.